Welcome to our series of tutorial videos for creating services for the IIP-Ecosphere platform. But before we go into the technical details, let's first have a look on why do we need yet another platform. So might be the first thing we shall clarify is what is a platform at all? Why do we need another one? And what will we cover as topics in this series of videos? When you think about the term platform, the first thing that might come into your mind are immediate candidates like Amazon, eBay, Google, whatever. What they share in common, without going too much into details, is that they are something in the internet, typically something running in the cloud. Such a platform can be used by many people, and often it is the case that such a platform allows you to run some form of extension, sometimes called app, for example on Facebook. While we also subscribe to these basic properties, we are not aiming for another sales platform or something like that. We are looking for an AI-enabled IIoT platform. What does this mean? So basically it means something in the industrial production. That's the reason why it's industrial Internet of Things. Bringing together different actors, something like robots, welding machines, drilling machines, conveyor belts, sensors, in order to steer and control the production of goods. AI enabled? Well, this is a current trend, and of course with artificial intelligence you can try to optimize and improve your production flow and also to optimize that dynamically while it is running. Why do we look into that at all? IIP-Ecosphere is a funded project of the German Ministry of Economic Affairs and Energy, and we aim for a so-called AI ecosystem, something composed of humans, of organizations, of companies, but also of software and machines, which eases in the end the access to AI in the industrial production, with a specific focus on terms like vendor neutrality, interoperability, and use of standards. And actually we try to take these three terms pretty honest when trying to build up such a platform. IIP-Ecosphere consists of more than 18 partners. Here you see the logos of these partners and some of our associated partners. And finally, one of the core activities of IIP-Ecosphere is creating such an IIoT platform called the IIP-Ecosphere platform. And that's what we are talking about. So why yet another platform? Before diving into our own activities, we first looked around what actual platforms can provide, and actually, of course, where the gaps of these platforms are that we could try to fill, at least to show how to do things different in order to inspire other platforms in their development. Some selected topics that we looked into, actually we looked into 21 commercial platforms and their descriptions on the internet, what they propose to have. And we looked into 16 different dimensions, and I don't want to bore you with all of these dimensions. So just some selected topics here. One topic is the term connector. So how does such a software-based platform connect to machines, to robots and all that stuff? You might know on that level, we have a diversity of protocols on the so-called field level. And typically when you look into these platforms, they are pretty well equipped with connectors also to legacy and proprietary protocols. At that point, it is interesting to know that some of these platforms provide you with more than 30, some even with more than 100 connectors. Not sure whether these are connector types, protocols, individually programmed connectors, but they have a broad capability of connecting you to a lot of things in your environment. For sure, for us, it's difficult to keep up with that, so we focus on some certain standardized protocols here. Several of these platforms allow you to model things in the broad sense of your factory, whatever is there around. Often this is called digital twins, and 13 of the 21 platforms allow you to do something like that on a different level. None we found really tries to adopt the actual upcoming standard in this field. It's called Asset Administration Shell. And this is something that we try to extensively exploit in our approach. Many platforms try to allow you to calculate directly at the machines and so-called edge devices. And many of the platforms are supplied through the cloud. So 50% allow you to go to edge devices. However, the capabilities what you can run there is rather diverse, and only a few allow you to run own code there. Of course, this is a dangerous thing because your code can also break the platform and the edge devices in their operations. 20 of the platforms are provided through a cloud and even force you with your data into the cloud, while 3 of the platforms overlapping capabilities allow you to go on premise. There's a study that we did in IIP-Ecosphere with 75 industrial companies. We figured out that roughly 50% want or actually are in the cloud with their production data, and 50% say, no, our production data doesn't go into a cloud. Then, of course, as I said, we aim for AI capabilities in the industrial production and make them easy to access. And here we looked into the integration and found also a rather diverse world, from platforms who say that AI is important, over platforms that integrate something like TensorFlow, and the rest is on your side, over platforms in the final end that really allows you to build building blocks of AI, but this is rare. And not all of them then allow you to go with your AI onto the edge device, as some of our industry partners would like to have it. Finally, there is one topic that in particular interests me. It's the question how to systematically and consistently configure such a platform, because it's a big software system. And you want to have some properties that are guaranteed in all places. Or on the other side, you want to have some capabilities that are not there. For example, if you don't want to go in a cloud, you might want to have the guarantee that all cloud capabilities are just cut off and out of your platform. So what we apply there is a combination of configuration modeling and heavyweight code generation. On the one side, to achieve such individualized platforms for you. On the other side, to ease the integration efforts and to get rid of error-prone tasks that you have to do during programming. What is the purpose of the further videos of the series? The main purpose is to enable you to work with the platform and to create own services that can be also provided to others. In this series of videos, we look into the origins of this platform, which means the requirements and the basic terms and capabilities. We look into the installation of the platform, but in particular also of the use of a development container that eases your life to create the first services. We look into how to create services with this model-based approach and how to integrate them with the platform. And in principle, what else as basic capabilities of the platform we didn't touch here. What I shall mention at that point is that this approach is at the moment rather technical. So you have to change the model yourself, you have to call the build processes, and you have to do the implementation, which is of course a certain process that you have to follow. We are aware of the fact that a good UI typically eases that process from our own experience, but also from papers that you can find. And here I must admit that the UI for that, in particular the editor for creating applications in a nice and easy way, is still in development. We hope that it will become available in the next few months, and then the whole approach will become easier, because then you can just focus on the service code. So far, you have to go the full process with us. If you have any questions, want to know more details, also more background, then don't hesitate. Just let us know. Here are, for example, my contact data.